This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for April 9th, 2024. It's currently February 16th, 2024, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, it's currently $502.44. That's USD. And the shuffle video that we're about to play for you was created on February 2nd, 2024 at 4:21 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video here in the lower left corner. The overall theme and behavior for SPY on the 9th is a notable move to the upside. Behavior around the highest high. We have an important resistance level on a multi-day scale that we failed to break through many times before. It's highlighted around the high. There's a notable move into and or out of the low that offers a good trade opportunity. And I think probably it's a move to the upside off of the low because we've got this high and the low within close time proximity to each other again, which I'll talk about in more detail as we progress through the reading. I'm advised to trade around a notable rally along a diagonal trend line that will break through horizontal resistance, meet another resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. So let's get back into it. Okay, just remember, guys, the cards going left to right across in the center of the board represent time. They're called timeline cards. Most of them represent about 1 hour of time, but what's important to understand is in some readings, occasionally there are readings where the energy of the card will not line up perfectly with 1 hour of time. And in cases like that, you need to give the reading plus or minus an hour here or there wiggle room. So when that happens, make sure to follow the sequence of chart events as outlined by the prediction, because that will remain accurate and keep you on track, even in the face of like a plus or minus hour wiggle room situation. First off, we open lower, I think probably notably lower, and in the pre-market there's a crest that we sell off from down to and through support. We do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support. Right around the low, there is, right around the open, there's a low that'll stand out on a one-day chart with a big move to the upside, just out of the low in the first half hour. Big move to the upside here, taking us to a high probably just before 10 o'clock. We do a sideways rotation between 10 o'clock and there may be another low in there. Interesting. There may be another low in there between 10 and 11 o'clock. Or I say there may be another low in there between 10 and 12 o'clock. Hard to say, but I'm not seeing any decline energy, but there's a low correlation there. That makes me think that we probably have another low there. And we'll probably come out of oversold territory between 11 and 12, moving to the upside. Really big move to the upside starting around 12 o'clock. And it'll be like an unexpected move higher, taking us into an overbought crest or peak between 1 and 2. And then it looks like it gets pretty bearish there between 1 and 2. Yeah, so between 1 and 2, off of that overbought crest or peak, we sell off through multiple support levels. That decline continues between 2 and 3, continues further between 3 and 4, continues further between 3 and 4, and then at some point around the close, there's a bit of a rally. We have another peak or high correlation. I'm not sure if this is going to actually be a high, but it'll be a peak or crest that stands out in the midst of the decline, off of which, right around the close, we have this notable move to the downside. It's a failed attempt to break through a key resistance that it'll look like make us think that we're going to break through. There's that disappointment card again. Disappointment. It keeps coming up. It's like it's probably the same price level that we keep failing to break through, right? And it's an important price level on a multi-day scale with a lot of volatility around it. So what I would look to do is right at the close. All right, so on the prior day, on the 8th, that big move at the end of the day from the bottom of a range to the top of a range to a failed attempt to break through key resistance that it looks like we're going to break through. That failed attempt to break through key resistance, if that's a high, I would probably open up a short there. I would also, I would open a partial short midday in the midst of this rally to a high, and then at the end of the day, I would add to that short if we have a failed attempt to break through that same price level. Or if I'm looking for a day trade, I'd close that short there. But if I'm looking for a swing trade, I would add to it there. And I would close that first thing in the morning, like at the open. I break for this notable move to the upside here. Interesting. Actually, so here at that near overbought or that overbought peak or crest, this is an important trade. I would open up a partial short here, and then at the end of the day, if we retest that high, I would add to that short. I would look to close that short the following day. If not the following, yeah, definitely the following day, I would look to close that short. It looks like we open higher and there's a notable move there, but then we end up declining pretty notably. I would look out for a really sharp drop here at the end of the day with this universal. And that's SPY for April 9th, 2024. Please subscribe if you like this content. It really helps out the channel. Most importantly, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.